speaker will balance innovation and security for us. Well, this is a special address because we are privileged to be inviting this leader who, I would love to say, is somebody who knows the way, shows the way, but also goes the way before anybody else does. A BTech from IITK and MS from IITD. His current projects are Safe City, ITMS, and Predictive Policing. Ladies and gentlemen, with the great good round of applauses, please join me in welcoming as we feel so privileged to be inviting on stage the IPS Joint Commissioner of Police, Tech, Cyber and Licensing, Delhi Police, Shri B. Shanker Jaiswal. Shri Jaiswal, thank you very much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप यहाँ पर समय निकाल के आए. Thank you so much. Thank you. They're all yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited sharing my thoughts before you because it's very rare to get such a wonderful audience coming across wide spectrum of technology, corporate sector, academia, and of course, I'm sure many of here, I'm sure students also, researchers also. So I'm an IPS officer. I'm a 2001 batch IPS officer of EGMU cadre, UT cadre. I mean, mainly people know by Delhi Police, but we also go to Arunachal, Mizoram, Andaman, Lakshadweep, etc. Last 3 years, I'm in Delhi Police. I'm serving as Joint Commissioner of Police Technology Vertical, Cybercrime Vertical, and also Licensing Vertical. I'm also doing PhD from IIT Delhi currently from School of IT. My thesis subject is facial recognition in surveillance video. This problem which I have picked up for my PhD came from my own experience in Delhi Police. I'm the nodal officer of Safe City project in Delhi. Just to give you a glimpse of what Safe City project is, I'm sure all of you are aware, Smart City, Safe City project. Safe City project has been conceived in a larger framework of smart city. Because smart city has got a very important component called security of the city. And how do we ensure security of the city? In various ways, and one of the ways is surveillance. Surveillance through CCTV cameras, through drone. The Safe City project has been designed by Delhi Police. It was taken up by Government of India, extended to many other cities. 8 cities currently are having Safe City project, and maybe years to come, many other cities will also be seeing this project being rolled out. In Safe City project, Delhi Police, we have 25,000 cameras being installed all across Delhi. 15,000 cameras we already have. 10,000 cameras are currently installed. I think in next 2 months, we'll be completing this project, next 2-3 months. Apart from cameras, I mean, it's a very common thing to know that nowadays there's a race among cities to go for CCTV, CCTV-based surveillance system. But, CCTV system has been since ages. I mean, when I joined Delhi Police in 2010, during Commonwealth Games time, at that time we had many projects for CCTV installation. But at that time, the underlying notion was to watch the CCTV footage 24/7. And all of you know that for any human being having an attention span of more than 5 minutes in current days when we have mobile, such a big distractor, it's impossible. So this idea of watching CCTV camera day in and day out has been almost rejected. So maybe CCTV camera can best be used for some kind of post-incident analysis. But that should not be the main objective of making such a huge investment. If post-incident itself is the objective, perhaps that doesn't justify such a big investment. So such kind of massive investment all across this country, all across many cities, big cities, can be best justified only if we watch CCTV in such a way that some alerts can be generated, some crimes can be prevented, emergency situation can be responded in real time. So now AI, the age of AI, we see that such kind of proposition is not something which is in the realm of science fiction. This is very much, it can be realized. In Delhi Police, we have many use cases. We are testing those use cases. For example, facial recognition. For example, person falling, a person who is sick suddenly falls, we can find out through automatic video-based alerts. Many other use cases, a policeman on ground, a beat staff on ground, the kind of anomalous situation he wants to look into or intervene into, that kind of situation can be picked up by video analytics. In technical terms, we call it semantics video. We have tested it earlier. There was some reservation that the accuracy may not be very high. Accuracy in the range of 90%, less than 5 to 10%, false positive, false negative is something which always we aim for. Without that, we can't run the system, because such kind of system works in the framework of emergency response. We all are aware of dial 112, emergency response support system. It's a pan-India system, integrated system by which any person who is making a call at 112 or any SOS call which goes through mobile, that is responded to across India by same unified number. Now, similar kind of structure is being visualized in terms of CCTV footage-based surveillance, where video analytics, AI engine will be watching all the cameras, machine will be watching all the cameras day in and day out, and picking up anomalous situations and responding to that. So it is something like, instead of human caller in dial 112, we will have machine as caller. And that is something, I would say this is going to start parallelly by many cities. We are yet to see how it pans out. I can't say today, all I can do is visualize that this should be like this and that. We are very ambitious in creating a system by which any kind of anomalous situation can be picked up by this AI-based video analytics system. We are testing many use cases, and they are very promising, very encouraging. In days to come, we'll go for many other use cases. Because for per use case, for example, somebody scuffling, somebody brandishing a weapon, maybe there is a fire incident, you name the thing, the model can be trained for that. For each and every use case, we have to train the model. It's pure data analytics. You have to first create data of a particular situation, train the model, and then make sure that it is well within the range. Minimum error should be there, but otherwise you can't run the system. A human caller, suppose you imagine dial 112, and 50% calls are false. You can understand how the call taker will feel. If 50% calls are coming, which is rubbish, perhaps the callers will get distracted, callers will lose interest. In the same fashion, if machine is also giving false calls 50% of time, I think the system will not work. So the challenge is not to, installing system the easiest part. Running AI is again the easiest part. Many solutions are available, off-the-shelf solutions are available. Challenge is getting the best model, training on the best quality data, creating the best quality data itself is a challenge, and running the model, tweaking the model, refining the model, so much so that finally we arrive at the best model. And this is the challenge we are facing, and every day we come out with some better insight. And it is here, perhaps I feel, I want to emphasize on the importance of data analytics in today's world for security. Now the topic which is given to me is harnessing data for responsible AI, balancing innovation and security. So at one hand, we have to lead innovation, and data, as you know, data is the new oil. Without data, we can't move a single inch in the age of AI. So data is any researcher today starts not with problem, not with model, not with any research question in computer science, but he starts with data. Any researcher, you talk to any researcher, he will first think about, while doing research, he will first ask, where is the data? If the data is there, then he starts thinking about some problem around that data. So, without data, AI researcher, AI innovator can't move a single bit. So data is the first thing. Now, this question, balancing innovation and security. Innovation requires data, and nowadays data is like currency. And security also requires data. So you want to secure your system, you need data analytics. You have to, this AI system works both ways. It's a double-edged sword. It can pose problem as cybersecurity problem, huge problem as cybersecurity, because in Gen AI domain, creating malicious code has become damn easy because of co-pilot kind of system. Because now earlier criminals were making malicious codes. It was taking a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of days. But nowadays possible to make malicious codes, nasty codes, in the moment, in a few minutes itself, because GNI can do that for you. You just tell your wishes, what kind of malicious codes you want, what kind of different kind of scenario you want. Everything can be created by GitHub Copilot. So the challenge is how to catch hold of those kind of criminals, how to identify those kind of anomalous attacks. This is also possible through AI, and that requires real-time analysis of incoming data, incoming packets. So AI works both ways. So we have to first understand that we have to use data. Only thing is that how responsibly we want to use. As a civil society, as a government agencies, it's our duty. As a corporate, corporate governance also, it's our duty to follow law. I mean, compliances are part and parcel of our existence. Now, Digital Personal Data Protection Act has been passed last year. Everybody who is having data will have to make sure that data used for the purposes it has been mandated. In Delhi Police, in Safe City project, citizens' data in the form of video footage, we are taking 24/7. Huge amount of data is being deposited in our data center. Now it's our duty to make sure first data is not leaked. So we have to ensure the highest possible standard of security, which we are doing. We are continuously refining our strategy. At the same time, the data should be used exactly for the purposes it was mandated. So it is only for the safety and security of citizen, not for any other purposes. And that is what we do. The civil society want to give confidence to one and all that in government we are more concerned about compliance of Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So that is something I just want to highlight. Now coming to, for example, I want to say how concerned we are and how difficult it is to do research, let's say in facial recognition system. You will be amazed to know, when I started doing research, my fourth semester, when I started doing research in facial recognition, I mentioned that this problem came from my own experience in Safe City project. What was happening that while deciding what should be the level of accuracy we should accept and we should be happy with, because while designing RFP, we came out with some random ideas about accuracy, error, false positive, false negative. But while rolling out this project, we realized that we needed some more insight, we needed some more research in this. And even vendors were, at the time of POC, vendors also somehow claim that they will give this much accuracy, that much accuracy, this much error, and that much error. But now we are realizing that somewhere they have over claimed, sometimes they had absolutely no idea. So we all must know what is the state of the art in facial recognition. What kind of accuracy we should aim for, and why this is a problem here. All of you know that facial recognition is a solved problem. Is it not? It is a solved problem. 99.8% is the accuracy for facial recognition system. But that is in ideal case, when your probe and your gallery both are of good quality images. We call it a constrained environment facial recognition, where the images are high pixel, good quality, well lit, proper lighting, proper angle, and no masking, no aging, image of the person being probed, and the image in the gallery where it is going to be matched. Everything is of recent, same time zone. The point is, in this scenario, everything is okay. But when in surveillance video, everything goes haywire. a criminal a suspect whom you are going to surveil, his photo may be 20 years old, he may be untraceable. After 20 years, he's found in some camera, but 20 years, there's a lot of aging in image. But those who are in this area, they know that in aging can also be addressed through good model of facial recognition system. So nothing is a challenge. Only thing is that we should know what is the state of the art and what is the best accuracy possible by the latest model. Without knowing that, if we claim that we can promise moon, I think that is something, we are cheating in a way. And same applies to law enforcement community. We should not ask for something which is not in the even realm of research, which is not in the realm of literature. So we should know that what is the maximum possible accuracy we can achieve. Same way, vendors, solution providers should also not claim something, should not promise something which is not in the realm of literature. So my point is, it's a challenging problem, but without coordination, collaboration, and data. Now, why I'm asking for data and making this issue over here? Because due to DPDP Act, Digital Personal Data Protection Act, now sharing of facial images would be difficult. As I started my research, all the standard facial images, facial data sets have been withdrawn because GDPR in Europe and here Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So all the surveillance video standard data set which were earlier available has been withdrawn. Even we write to researchers, they somehow, in a way, they claim that, okay, we'll share with you as a researcher with some kind of non-disclosure agreement all. But that process is so cumbersome because we have to commit so many things that after using that data, we have to delete it. We cannot share with anyone else. So challenge is every organization who is into this research, they have to create data. They have to seek volunteers. They have to recruit some volunteers, maybe thousands and maybe several thousands, and then only such kind of data can be created. In Delhi Police, we created data set for running our models. So my point is that research community they have to come together. They have to understand that how in the constraints of Digital Personal Data Protection Act, we can still do innovations. It is challenging, but it's not something which cannot be done. So I just try to emphasize on the need of data for leading innovation. At the same time, data is required for ensuring security. So, but how can we balance it in the best possible manner? Three things, FAT. There are three terms which have been often claimed in terms of ethical use of AI, fairness, accountability, and transparency. And on top of that, privacy. Digital Personal Data Protection Act enjoins on all the data fiduciary who are sitting on data, who are holding data of public and citizens. They have to follow the guidelines. They have to, in fact, they have to seek consent from citizens while sharing data with any other entity, any other authority. So it's not that they will be sharing on their whims and fancy. They have to get express consent from citizens, not only for images, not only for facial images, but for any biometric information, any personal information, which is in a digital form. So now coming to other aspects of technology, what other technologies are relevant? Because one of the points given to me is that leveraging data in emerging technology. So we know that there are in Industry 4.0, the drivers of Industry 4.0, there are many other drivers who are in this realm, in the digital realm, digital transformation realm. And for example, quantum computing. All of you are aware of quantum computing. How this is going to change the landscape of security. I'm talking about cyber security. Encryption, as we know today, for example, digital signature. Digital signature, the underlying technology is RSA algorithm. Many of you are aware what is RSA algorithm. That is dependent on a very fundamental concept, which is prime factorization. We know that if two prime numbers, two very large prime numbers, if multiplied, we know that what are the multiplication, what do we get. But from the product, we can't go back to individual component prime numbers. But when it is the individual component prime numbers are very, very large. And this one-way function, we call it one-way function because from individual numbers we can go to product, from product we can't go back to prime factors. This basic concept is used in RSA algorithm. So far, it has remained unchallenged. There is no classical computing technique to break any number to find the prime factors of very, very large number. Quantum computing is giving this idea that perhaps this prime factorization is possible. There is something called Shor's algorithm. In 90s, Shor's algorithm was written when even quantum computing was nowhere in the horizon. Now quantum computing is almost visible. 400, 500 qubit we have already. Have I overshot my time? 5 minutes I'll wind up. So we have already surpassed that limit. I'll just quickly cover different dimensions of technology. I talked about video surveillance. I talked about predictive policing. Why I'm sharing over here? Because predicting policing again requires analysis of crime data. This was my research in my MS research. I wrote many models for crime prediction. By making prediction of crime, we can make our deployment accordingly and reduce crime drastically. This has been tested globally, and this can be done in India also. In Delhi Police, we are working on predictive policing. In emergency response system also, we can work in various ways, analytics of emergency response data. Public health monitoring. In COVID times, you are already aware how geospatial technology, GPS and GIS, affords so many advantages in terms of resource management. Last point, IoT. These days, industry IoT, we all are aware that IIoT, industrial IoT and IoT in general, how IoT is so important in smart city context. Even CCTV also is an IoT device. But smart sensors, recently I have been to Power Grid Corporation of India, and one of their establishment, I realized thousands and thousands of sensors are being analyzed by SCADA system, not only in one power, one grid, but all the grids of our country, they are integrated, and it is a hierarchical structure by which grids are being managed through back-end power generation connect and front-end power distribution connect. So you can imagine the kind of AI being used in power generation, power distribution, and power transmission. So such kind of system is, while AI is affording so a smart management of power generation, dissemination, transmission, and distribution, but on the other hand, such kind of system is prone to attack also. And how? Because it's a critical infrastructure. If somebody hacks this kind of system, it has happened somewhere. So I'm just pointing out, same data analytics will help us in preventing such kind of crime. IIT Kanpur has a dedicated center of excellence for prevention of crime related to critical infrastructure. 5G, I'll just wind up with last point. 5G is just a communication protocol, or whatever you call it, new age communication protocol for telecommunication. But it is also leading to many cybersecurity issues. I mean, I'm law enforcement community, I can say one example. Now remote cyber attack, remote sniper attack is also possible because the latency is very less as compared to 4G. And in 6G, it will be even less. So point is, all the technology drivers of Industry 4.0, they are heavily dependent on data analytics. For security also, we need data analytics. For innovation also, we need data analytics. So we need to now devote our all time and resources, energy on responsible use of AI. Even generative AI, we are aware that ChatGPT, GPT-4, how useful GPT-4 is. Can anyone say that we should discard it? The same was said when calculator was invented, same was said when computer was invented. Any revolutionary technology comes with some challenges, but our society somehow learns how to deal with it, because beneficial uses cannot be discarded just for prevention of some negative use cases. Negative use cases will always be there. Criminals will always be there to outsmart us, but we have to learn from their innovation. We are always after them. We learn from vested interest criminals and try to outsmart them. So it's a cat and mouse game. It keeps on going on, and that's how innovations happens. So my point is, I want to conclude with a positive note that AI, this march of technology, we are in the golden period of technology. Industry 4.0 is Ray Kurzweil has written a very famous book. I'm sure many of you are aware. Singularity is near. That is year 2029. He claims that technological singularity is going to be seen. And now he has written one more book. Singularity is nearer. This month itself, this was not, I got a copy of that book I was reading. So he is so sure that 2029, technological singularity is going to witness. One human brain will be surpassed in terms of competence by a machine, by an AI machine. And by 2039, entire humanity on this planet will be surpassed by one machine. So you can imagine where we are moving. Is there any scope to just keep our eyes away from it? No way. We will be doing it at our own cost, at the cost of the society. So we have to use technology. We have to learn how to deal with it, how to find a way around it if there is any ill effects. So with this note, I want to conclude. Thank you so much for your patient hearing.
Shri Jaiswal, thank you so much.